Welcome to MetroArts. I'm your host, Nagsheen Naseeb. Here on MetroArts, we highlight some of the best in the business, from fine artists, photographers, and performing artists to cinematographers and musical artists, all from the Metro Detroit area. On today's show, we have music producer Jeff Wenzel of Groovebox Studios, comedian Sidney Smith, and indie pop rock band Citizen Smile. We'd like to welcome producer and entrepreneur Jeff Wenzel of Groovebox Studios to the Midtown studio. Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
I must say, I like your shades.
Well, you gotta be hip and cool if you're gonna be a producer.
So Groovebox Studios was voted by Real Detroit as the best place to record your first album. Now you brought a 10-year video of your process. Can you explain that?
I can. My band, The Sugar People, was my baby. I loved it very dearly. And we tried to do everything we could on our own. This is pre-Facebook and social media. So I used tools that I had around me, and I basically videotaped myself all the time and made a video showing the uphill battle that it took for a band to be successful.
So everything, your whole life.
Well, you can see my hairline. You can see my clothes styles. You can see the good stuff. We have good stuff in there as well. But it's a real eye-opener for, I think, for any young band to see what it really took to get some success. So.
Great, let's take a look.
Cool.
I mean, if I'm crazy, somebody's got to tell me, but I think there's something here, man. I think when you listen to this record, it's good, man. It's good from the start to the end.
You know, personal sacrifice is something that I think everybody has to do for a project to be successful.
I'm running out of money. I'm out of money, actually. And somehow, miraculously, I'm supposed to just make the world hear The Sugar People. Everything we do costs money. I record all the stuff. I have to buy all the equipment. Handwritten. $1. I'm totally looking forward to hearing more music from you, Love Always. Knowing that there is somebody out there who is seeing what you're doing and appreciating it on whatever level it is. That's the real gift, you know?
And when it comes down to it, it's for songs. And I think something that we've done a good job too of is talking about those moments. You know, they may have been a bad day yesterday, but today we'll write about it and turn it into a positive thing. It's almost like, I think that's my therapy on some level. You have to get something out. And yeah, it is a sacrifice. It definitely is.
Well, you did not lie about the hair.
I never tell a lie, and I know that it's very unique in the video.
It's different.
So, yes,
it's all different.
Yes.
So how did things go at the beginning?
Well, in the beginning, you know, we were like any young startup company. I was busting tables to pay for equipment. My buddy was selling some computers. And it was really a grind, and it really started by me just asking my friends to come and play and let me record them for free. And we didn't really have an exact idea what we were doing, but it just kind of started taking off, and the community started to grow, and you started to feel the energy around it. So it was just a big grind basically for us.
Huge grind.
Yes.
I could tell.
Yes.
So how did the process evolve into what it is today?
You know, our biggest change was when Kickstarter kind of came on the scene and established itself as a very, very solid tool for young companies. And, you know, while we were doing it for free, the gigantic question in the room, or the elephant in the room, I should say, was there's no money involved. And how is this gonna sustain itself? And once Kickstarter was established and kind of became common knowledge for everybody, it allowed us to find money for bands and find money for ourselves to actually do this idea and concept. So Kickstarter was our big, yay, it's here, we get to do this.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So now we have another video to show.
I think so, that's what I heard.
Yep, and can you explain a little bit of what we're gonna see?
I think we're gonna see a little montage of 4 or 5 bands coming through, and you're gonna see the fans being involved in it, and you're gonna see just a great energy in the room and what I think music is supposed to be, which is a community of people enjoying it.
Sounds great, let's take a look.
Well, I'm a rambling man, straight down to the bone. Left a piece of me in 100 cities I call home. Knock me out cold and leave me on the road. I ain't worried about a thing, I'll make it on my own. Hey bartender, now pour me a drink.
jumping squirrel and wind chimes twirl and singing birds are sweet. You are there without a care, without a role to play. We don't mind to waste some time dreaming through the day.
Shame in doing me wrong. That's okay, time is on its way, it won't be too long. I refuse to be the one to watch you repeat your mistakes. You sweat jealousy, I never knew you were the enemy, but I can't change fate.
Did you see me doing my little dance?
I did. It's hard not to dance, isn't it?
No, it is. So how many people are involved with Groovebox Studios?
Well, there's two of us that lead it. It's myself and Sean Neal, my business partner. And then we've got Elise McCoy, who's a Wayne State student, who helps us with our communication with the bands, and she's learning audio. And then from there, we've got a whole team of interns that are just excited to be around the project and help us with cameras and lighting and all the stuff you kind of see here.
All over.
Yes, yes.
So what can someone get out of the process of coming to your studio? What do they end up with?
Well, a band walks away with a 7-song EP that's all recorded live on very high-end gear, so it sounds great. They get a great HD video, kind of like you just saw there. And they get money in their pocket. I actually pay artists to do this. So it's a win-win scenario for everybody involved.
So if someone's interested in your company, how can they go about finding you?
Well, there's this thing called email, and it's amazing. So what's great is that they email me, and that's at fuzzy@gbsdetroit.com, or they can go to the website, which is grooveboxstudios.com, and it's that simple.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
Well, thank
today.
you for having me. Appreciate it.
And thank you for watching MetroArts on Detroit Public Television. MetroArts Detroit would like to welcome stand-up comedian and entrepreneur Sidney Smith to the show. Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Absolutely.
So how did you get started being a stand-up comedian?
I got started, went out to an open mic, saw a few people that I did not think were funny, but had the courage to get out there and try. Went back the second week to see how well it was, and the third week I went back out and I gave it a shot myself.
So is that when you found out you were funny or knew you were funny?
I always kind of felt like I was funny. You have to be funny in my family, have thick skin, be able to crack jokes, so you do that from the time you come out the womb anyway. But being funny with your friends and family is completely different than being on stage, so it was a different kind of challenge and I wanted to try it.
So I know speaking in front of an audience is pretty difficult, and you also have to make them laugh. How do you meet these challenges?
Well, speaking in front of an audience for me is easy. I've been doing it for a long time. I grew up singing in the choir, grew up doing stage plays and things of that nature, so that was already kind of set in. But joke writing and joke telling is along a particular type of structure. If you become a student, you can get that down.
So how do you deal with the people that don't really find you funny?
I don't get that often, but something that I was trained and something that I teach people who come up underneath me is if you do your job as a comedian, which is basically to sell the audience on believing you're funny, then they'll take care of the hecklers.
Okay. So you have a company called the East Side Party.
Yes, I do.
And I do know that comedy is usually bigger in New York, LA, and Chicago. What are you doing to bring more comedians to Detroit?
Well, one of the things I decided to do was try to put together better venues as opposed to your neighborhood hole-in-the-wall dive where you may not have the proper lighting. Want bigger and better venues, something that will attract the funny people who are here in this area and attract those from across the country to come on out.
So do you guys ever stop?
Never stop.
Never
Never
stops.
stop. We got a lot of different things going. We have the comedy shows going. We have talent shows going. I have a couple of rappers I'm working with now. We're putting together different private events such as pub crawl. So there's a lot of different things we have going.
So what's next for you and the East Side Party?
What's next is to kind of expand on that business model right now. I'd like to actually expand into the west side of the state also. At some point, I'd like to build a studio in downtown Detroit and get into television and things along that nature as well.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Up next, a comedy stand-up from Sidney Smith.
All right, guys, give me some energy out there. Holiday time, holiday time, holiday time. Fast approaching, always leaving, fast approaching, always leaving, fast approaching. I don't know how many holidays we need in this country. But I do have a problem with the holidays just a little bit. Everyone wants to get together, and you go out, and you get drunk, Cinco de Mayo. Half of you aren't even Mexican. St. Patty's Day, you're out there running around. You ain't seen an Irish person since you looked at a box of Lucky Charms. Black History Month, you don't do jack. Nothing. You got 30 days. I get nothing out of you. What I would like to see is I would love to see a parade downtown Detroit with some Malcolm X floats, Martin Luther King floats, some of my Caucasian brothers and sisters in Afro wigs and dashikis. Everybody eat pig's feet and hog's maws on that day. That's what I feel like needs to be done. I mean, we gonna celebrate. What you guys think about that? By round of applause. All right. See if we can get this thing going. I mean, we got a city emergency manager now, so we got to get this pushed through while he's here. For the city council to start setting people on fire, whatever they do downtown. Oh my goodness, let's get this going. So, from there, with the holidays, it takes me right back into wanting to hang around with my white folks. Because y'all know how to do the holidays right. I say, do you need me to bring the Faygo? See it. Oh, no, don't bring nothing. Don't worry about it. I got everything. You sure? You sure? You sure, Timothy? Always call white people by their full name. Don't shorten it up unless they felonious white people. Then, Tim, Timbo, that's cool. But if like y'all wholesome, first name, Timothy. That's wholesome like Wonder Bread. Now, black folks, we give homework assignments. Aunt Laverne, you on the turkey. Aunt Val, you on the Cornish hen. Cousin Larry, you bring the paper plates, you bring the plastic forks. Who breaks stuff down to plastic plates and forks? We do. That's who. Now, the reason why we can't come together as a black people does not have anything to do with guns, school violence, nothing along those lines. Why we can't come together as black folks is because we all can't cook our food at home instead of all trying to share the oven at your Aunt Susie's house on the holidays. Why are you gonna show up here with raw meat? Everybody. One oven. I call Timothy, they already ate, took a nap, and he making a turkey sandwich. I'm over here starving. All because cousin Ray couldn't cook the Cornish hen at home. Black people, clap with me if you with me on that. Y'all know, I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Black people out there, you can clap too. I know you're clapping at home right now, PBS. Oh, the white people clap, huh? I got some Timbos in here, huh? Got all kind of confused up here. That's all right though. That's up here. There's some felons in here, I see. Rudy, go check on my car. She was out there still. Thought the brother at the bus stop I had to worry about us. No, it's these cats in here. All right. All right. Nothing wrong with that, though. But back to Facebook. And we've already talked about Facebook. Have some friends if you're going to have it. Now, friends do not count if I look on your account and your list of friends is Myers, Speedway, Super 8 Motel. Those are not friends. That's where you go get gas, where you go get food, and where you probably go still live at in that hotel because no friends will give you a couch to crash on. So I'm going to need you to shut down that Facebook page. I got a coworker, and I was walking past her desk one day, and she had a copy of Cosmo on it. And it caught my eye. Not because the chick was hot, though she was, But it caught my eye because in big red letters it said 50 ways to seduce a man. I'm a man. There's men here. By round of applause, gentlemen, does it take 50 ways to seduce you? No. One way only, ladies. Just ask. I don't need to come home and my lady has on a sexy teddy. I mean, it would be nice. I don't need her to have cooked me a nice cake with vanilla icing on it and have found a nice matching fragrance scented candle of vanilla to go with it. This does not seduce me. Just ask. Now that I've spent some time helping educate and share with the world, and hopefully got some women educated out here on how to sleep with your man, I wanted you guys to give me some more noise here right at the end. You guys have been awesome. I want to thank you for having me out. It's been a great pleasure indeed.
Our next guest is indie pop and rock band Citizen Smile. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Thank you for joining us today.
It's our pleasure.
So can you introduce the whole band?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Ricky Ruggiero. I play bass in Citizen Smile. Right next to me is James Brown, lead vocalist and rhythm guitar player. Next to him is Corey Kopchik, lead guitar player and backing vocalist. And right behind us
Hiding.
is Will Shattuck, our drummer.
Okay. Who are your biggest influences as a band?
Some of our biggest influences are Wilco, Not a Surf, U2, and Death Cab for Cutie, lots of different indie stuff. And on our new full-length album we have coming up, huge influences on us sonically were the album Champ by Tokyo Police Club and Everything by Limbeck. Is
So
always
a lot.
Yeah, lots of different stuff.
Okay. Up next, you're going to perform. Can you tell us what we're going to hear?
We're going to play a song called A Plan off the new album.
Okay, that's great. Up next, a performance by Citizen Smile.
Let's make a plan, let's make a plan, let's make a plan. And everything will just be easy. Got some problems, you and I. Got some problems, you and I. There's still so much that is right. There's still so much that is right. Let's make a plan, let's make a plan, let's make a plan. And everything will just be easy. Got some problems, you and I. We've got some problems, you and I. There's still so much that is right. Well, there's still so much that is right.
Well, that was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Did you see me jamming in the corner?
I did. Thank you. We appreciate it.
So what's it like performing in Detroit?
It's been a really great city for us to get involved with music and start, finding ourselves as artists. And there's a lot of great bands and musicians that we've worked with and learned from and worked together and kind of network with. And it's just a really nice community of people who just want to help each other all, be the best band they can be and stuff.
And what can we expect from the band in the future?
We're just keep making new music. We're already writing new stuff, and the full length's not even out. So we're just going to keep on making new music for everybody to hear.
Okay. And up next, you have another performance. Can you tell me what the song is?
We're going to be playing a song called People I've Done Wrong.
Awesome. And up next, another performance by Citizen Smile.
This morning with a fine feeling under my skin, so I got to praying for me and her and him, and I fell asleep because the whole thing got pretty long with all of the people done wrong. Just writing, am I just living? Oh, if there's just nothing, what am I singing? What am I doing? And if there is no one, am I just writing? Am I just living alone? I don't think so.
we hope you enjoyed today's show. I would like to thank our guests, Jeff Wenzel, Sidney Smith, and Citizen Smile for joining us today. I'm your host on MetroArts, Naksheen Nassif, reminding you that art is an international language we can all support.